Okay, they're doing a walkout, so we have a couple more minutes. Oh, yeah, we'll do. We ready? Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Stuart, Florida for tonight's game between the Beaches FC and Boca Raton FC. This is the NPSL opener for Beaches here at this beautiful facility, South Fork High School in Stuart, Florida, here on the Treasure Coast. Boca Raton FC in their third NPSL match of the season, having lost their first two matches. My name is Kartik Krishnaiyer. Thank you for joining us on Sports Mesh as we get this action underway. Apologies for our delay. We've had some inclement weather in the area in the last few hours. Still overcast here. However, rain is held off, is now gone, and we look to be kicking off in just a few moments. Tonight's a busy night around U.S. soccer, not just this NPSL matchup tonight, but several games in the U.S. Open Cup in the area. I have South Florida Surf, a sister team of Beaches FC down in Miami to take on Miami FC of the NASL. Miami United playing host to the Jacksonville Armada, the Jacksonville Armada senior team of NASL. And last night, the Jacksonville Armada NPSL team, Jacksonville Armada U23, was defeated at Al Lang Stadium in St. Petersburg by the Tampa Bay Rowdies 3-0. 3 U.S. Open Cup matches this week here in the state of Florida. Boca Raton FC was eliminated from the U.S. Open Cup a week ago tonight by Miami United in a thrilling game, 90 minutes plus, 2-1 at Ted Hendricks Stadium. And as I said, Jacksonville Armada headed there today. And that game will take place a little bit later tonight. Beaches FC will get us going there, going from left to right on your TV screens in just a moment once we get it's up from the officials. And we're underway in Stewart. Beaches FC playing host to Boca Raton FC. NPSL Sunshine Conference action, third match of the season for Boca Raton. This is the opener for Beaches. Beaches touching it around. This is a good field, grass, natural grass field here at South Fork High School. Ball's put in the air, and the flag is up, so that's going to be an offside call. Colby Burdett, a very quick, quality attacking winger, just caught offside there. Step offside. So Boca will put the ball back in play. Now we have a foul. Braxton Fuster puts it back in play for Boca. Lewis Thompson is on the ball now. Thompson looking to play a long ball, and he has in the direction of Shadi Harb. But cleared. Very good clearance there by Chaplain Page. Chaplain Page kept up with Harb there on that long ball, but it is a corner for Boca Raton. Bruno Molitz will take this corner. And we're in the second minute here in Stewart on Sports Mesh TV. Corner is right to the keeper. Simple save for the keeper, and he's going to play this out. Rolls it out. Beaches FC looking to build from the back. Ball's played on the ground. Belplan gives it away. Edmar now on the ball. Edmar, the Ukrainian international for Boca Raton. Ball is played towards Molitz in the left corner. Good defending there by Burdett, getting back on defense, breaking up that play. Now Beaches has the ball, a counter-attacking opportunity potentially. Well, maybe not. Play it back. Long ball for Beaches. Was in the direction of Jordan Hall, but it's broken up. Nice pass on the ground there for Beaches as they look to build. Ball's given away, however. Here's Molitz tucking back into midfield. Junior Pravaris on the ball, who scored Boca Raton's lone goal in their defeat last Friday night to Craze FC. Ball's played for Burdett, and it appears to be out of play, and it will be Boca Raton ball, Boca Raton throw-in. Bravo puts it in play, but it's cleared. Jock plays it back. Chapman Page back to his keeper. Foul called on Molitz. Chapman Page plays a long ball, but that's going to go to the Boca Raton keeper. Leonardo Tavares, the Boca Raton keeper. Rolls it out to Lewis Thompson. It's a nice pitch here in Stewart, but it is a narrow one, so you'll notice that the fullbacks for both teams have kind of pulled up. There's Lewis Thompson on the ball. Boca Raton building from the back. Ball was played out to Justin Wilbanks, the right back. Now that's Edmar, the Ukrainian international, who has 15 caps for the Ukraine national team, including several World Cup qualifiers and Euro qualifiers. Also has played in the UEFA Champions League and UEFA Europa League. Decorated player in his home country. Just signed with Boca Raton a few months ago. Good ball for Burdett. And now he's on the ball. Makes a nice move. But Braxton Fuster is able to break up that play. Here's Molitz, the captain for Boca Raton FC. That's out of play. That'll be Boca Raton ball. Barker's going to put it back in play for Beaches. We're in the 7th minute here in Stewart with the score 0-0 still, Sports Mesh TV. Pravaris on the attack. Gets dispossessed, but Edmar recovers it for Boca. Back to Edmar. He plays it for Malitz on the left side. Malitz. Nice defending there. Beauplan with a good job. It will be a corner for Boca, but danger averted there temporarily for Beaches. As we said at the outset, Beaches' sister team, South Florida Surf, is in the U.S. Open Cup tonight. Big game for them. Big game in general from both them and Miami FC, their opposition down at Florida International University in Miami. Be keeping an eye on that one. Always great to see the underdogs do well in U.S. Open Cup, and it would be nice to see the Surf potentially get a giant scalp if they can beat Miami FC down there in Florida International University. Justin Wilbanks on the ball for Boca. Plays it from Meneses. Back to Wilbanks. Meneses tucks back into midfield. Plays it off for Edmar. That's Lewis Thompson putting in the air. Burdett, formerly played for Boca Raton FC. He wins that ball for Beaches, plays it wide. It's going to go back to Tavares, the keeper. Beauplan is going to recover this, put it back into play for Beaches. Now a high press from Boca Raton. Malitz chasing the keeper. Good job there by Barker getting rid of the ball, but it will be a Boca Raton throw-in. We've seen some mistakes in the Premier League this season. If you watch the Premier League, Claudio Bravo on Manchester City when he gets pressed high like that, giving the ball away. So good job by Barker just to get rid of that. Let his defense reset, which they've done now, and Boca Raton is touching it side to side. This is Lewis Thompson on the ball. Puts it in the air for Malitz. Again, a narrow pitch here, and that is out of play. It will be a throw-in for Beaches. Going to put it back in play. Beauplan. Opportunity for Boca. This is Edmar. And now Beaches looking to relieve the pressure. Foul there. I believe that was Meneses taken down, who was on the ball. It'll be a free kick for Boca. We're early on here. We are in the 10th minute. In Stewart, Sports Mesh TV, Beaches 0, Boca Raton 0. On a busy night in U.S. soccer, not just this match, but as we mentioned, several U.S. Open Cup matches in the area tonight. And we have a rainbow out in the distance. You might notice it on your television screens. Shadi Harb is going to take this free kick for Boca Raton. Puts it in the mixer. Well done by Barker. Good positioning. Didn't spill that. That's good goalkeeping. Nice ball. This is Burdett. He's going to chase this down in the corner. Fuster gets sounded. Sakamoto, good hustle there, but he does not able to keep that in place, so it will be a throw-in for Boca Raton. There's Fuster, clears it. Opportunity for Beauplan to put it back in play, which he does. Place it to, well, Boca Raton wins the ball. Looking to get it to Martinez there, but it bounced off his shoulder. Now opportunity for a counterattack for Boca Raton. Meneses to Harb. Not able to connect with Eduardo Cruz, who had pushed up from the left back position. Now this will be a quick free kick for Boca Raton. Edmar plays it back to Justin Wilbanks. Opportunity, and oh, just put it wide. Great chance. Great run by Jordan Hall. Blew past 2 or 3 defenders there. Just put it wide of the far post. That was a great opportunity. First real legitimate opportunity we've had today for either team as we are in the 13th minute. About to enter the 13th minute. The rain beginning to come down here once again in Stewart. But as long as lightning and thunderstorms hold off, we will be able to play through it. U.S. soccer rules dictate if there is lightning within 5 miles, you have a half-an-hour delay, which is what we had in warm-ups earlier. And the lightning finally cleared at 5:45, which is why we were able, 5:45 local time, is why we were able to kick off at 6:15. But the weather has been on and off. Inclement weather has been on and off all afternoon here in southeastern Florida. We're on the Treasure Coast, Stewart, Florida, on Sports Mesh TV. My name is Kartik Krishnaiyer, guiding you through the action tonight between Beaches FC and Boca Raton FC in the NPSL Sunshine Conference. Division made up entirely of teams from the state of Florida. The rules of the Sunshine Conference are the winner of this conference advances to the national playoffs in July, late July. Get the opportunity to take on sides like Chattanooga FC and other top NPSL teams from around the country. But in regular season play, teams here in the state of Florida do not leave the state of Florida. That's one wonderful advantage of NPSL and the regionalization of the league. It is, of course, a national league. It is a league with some very big clubs, like Chattanooga FC, quite possibly the best supported team consistently outside of Major League Soccer in this country, along with a few others, Sacramento and Cincinnati and USL. But they do not have to leave their region until the national playoffs. Detroit FC, one of the great stories in American soccer. If you don't know very much about Detroit FC, Google them. Detroit FC is in the NPSL. Minneapolis City FC is in the NPSL. Lots and lots of clubs that people have connected with throughout the country. Kingston FC, owned by Dennis Crowley, the co-founder of Foursquare, up in Kingston, New York, also an NPSL club. Lots of big national clubs, including some B teams of professional clubs. New York Cosmos B, Jacksonville Armada B is in this division, among others. Last season, we had the Fort Lauderdale Strikers B in this Sunshine Conference. Quick throw-in for Boca Raton. Cruz on the ball, lays it off for Malitz. Cross. Well, I don't know if that was a cross or a shot, but in any event, Elliot Barker's going to have a goal kick to put back in play for Beaches. It was one or the other. Might have been a cross. And we see some clouds rolling in again. As you see on your TV screens, maybe the road behind us, that is the Florida Turnpike here in Stuart. For those of you unfamiliar with this area, we are about equidistant from Jupiter, Florida, and Port St. Lucie, two better-known cities. I'm about 30 miles north of West Palm Beach. Boca Raton and Beaches exchanging possession pretty freely right now. Some good defense there by Travis Gonzalez. Braxton Fuster plays it forward. Here's Meneses on the ball, playing it off to Edmar. Now Edmar puts it in the air for Pravaris. Pravaris had a goal on Friday night against the Crazy United and also had a couple other opportunities to score. You see Militz heading it in the area, but no one home. Pravaris had a couple opportunities in the first half to score. Quick throw-in for Boca Raton. Gabriel Bravo, the left back, had put that back into play. Chapman Page puts it up to Sakamoto. Here's Burdett. Nice little move. Bow plan. Back to Burdett, who loses possession. That was a nice little move. Promising move from Beaches there for a minute or two. They will have a quick throw, and here's Burdett on the ball. Looking to go forward. Bow plan. Jordan Hall there fighting and trying to win that ball high up the pitch. Now here's Pravaris. Jordan Hall had the best scoring opportunity of this match about 10 minutes ago, or 8 minutes ago or so, just putting it wide. Now Wilbanks puts it back in play. Good ball. Back to Barker, who's going to put it in play. Beaches FC happy to build from the back. What most clubs do now in world football. There are some clubs out there that still hoof long balls forward, but most teams have gotten away from that through the years. Burdett, the intended recipient there, doesn't quite get to him, and it's broken up by Bravo on Boca Raton. Quick throw in. Oh, this will be a free kick. Excuse me, foul. Pravaris. Here's Sakamoto. Oh, it falls to Burdett. Overshot Sakamoto, but opportunity now. Bruno Militz takes it away. Good job by Chapman Page to win possession for Beaches. Sakamoto to Burdett. Cruz gets there just in time. Excuse me, Bravo gets there just in time. It'll be a throw-in for Beaches. Seeing some danger on the counterattack from Beaches. Quick changes of possession. They're able to spring their players going forward. Burdett has looked good going forward. Sakamoto's making some interesting runs. But still no score as we are in the 20th minute, 0-0. Sports Mesh TV is your destination for all NPSL Sunshine Conference action. Here's Edmar. Up. Looking for Shadi Harb there. Chapman Page shaking his time, looking to pick out someone for potentially a long ball, but instead playing it short. Now Boca Raton has possession. Quick change of possession. As I said, this is a very good surface, natural grass surface, but it is a narrow pitch, so a lot of congestion in midfield. But here's an opportunity for Beaches on the counter. Nice overlapping run by Jock, but Tavares breaks it up, and it goes off, deflects off of Jock, so it will be a goal kick, but nice move there from Beaches. Good counterattack. It's what you have to do to break the congestion here in the midfield long jam on, again, this narrow pitch. Here's Tavares. Melitz cuts inside on his right foot. Melitz hustles back to win that ball back from Sakamoto. Plays it back to Tavares. Tavares turns. Nice ball into space. Here's Meneses. He's going to be one-on-one with the keeper, but doesn't get much power behind that. That was good defending. Good recovery runs there by the Beaches defenders. Chapman Page, one of those two defenders. So we've seen some dangerous opportunities from both teams in the last few minutes. Again, we're in Stuart, Florida, South Fork High School. We're about 30 miles north of West Palm Beach, about 45 to 50 miles north of Boca Raton. Nice little day trip for the Boca Raton fans. Maybe a little more than 50 miles, maybe about 60 miles, but an hour drive when there isn't traffic. Of course, on a weeknight there is traffic, so about a 2-hour drive. That's what the NPSL Sunshine Conference is all about. It's short road trips within your region. Here's Bruno Melitz. Blue pass bow plan there. Puts it on his right foot. Put it on his left foot, and just put it wide. Good opportunity there for Melitz. Nobody made the run to the back post for Boca. That would have been an opportunity for a tap-in. Barker didn't have the kind of defensive help he needed. But Melitz puts it wide. A real dangerous move there by Melitz. Boca Raton has lost both of their NPSL Sunshine Conference matches this season. 1-0 loss at Miami United on April 30th. A game where Boca Raton played fairly well in the second half, but didn't play particularly well in the first half. And then a 2-1 loss to Crazy United on Friday night in Delray Beach. Miami United also eliminated Boca Raton from the U.S. Open Cup by a 2-1 scoreline. That was a match, however, where Boca Raton had far more opportunities than Miami United. Unfortunate to not be playing tonight against Jacksonville. Here's Thompson on the ball. Places it back to Fuster. Edmar, the Ukrainian international. Out wide to Gabriel Bravo. And Mars, we said earlier, has played in UEFA competitions, 6 Europa League appearances and 2 UEFA Champions League appearances. 2 seasons in the UEFA Champions League, 6 UEFA Europa League seasons. So probably about 30 appearances in those tournaments, between those 2 tournaments. One of the most decorated players you will find anywhere in NPSL. And this is his first foray in well over a decade outside of his native country, inside of his home country, native of Brazil, moved to Ukraine at a young age. Has been a constant in that league for many years. Once again, we see a rainbow out in the distance. Out over the Florida Turnpike. We're at South Fork High School in Stuart. That would be the South Fork of the St. Lucie River, which runs right past here. flows to Lake Okeechobee from here, the St. Lucie River, and the other way flows out into the Atlantic Ocean. Ball is put out of play. This will be a throw-in for Beaches. We're in the 26th minute here in Stewart. 0-0 still. But the game has picked up some life in the last 10 minutes or so. Scoring opportunities for both teams. First 15 minutes or so, this match was mired in midfield. A couple good counterattacking opportunities for both sides. Teams are being patient. They're breaking down the opposition. Some good NPSL Sunshine Conference action tonight here on Sports Mesh TV. Here's Sashimoto. That was a pretty good, solid free kick from Sakamoto. No one could get on the end of it, but good ball. Now Malitz, who is off. We were looking for the flag there. It looked like he was off, but linesman took his time putting the flag up, but he was offside. So it'll be a free kick for Beaches. Chapman Page putting it back in play. Tried to play a quick 1-2 with Sakamoto. That got closed down by Cruz, so went back to his keeper. Barker resets for Beaches. Now a little bit of a high press. Shadi Harb trying to chase down the ball for Boca. Oh, bad giveaway to Cruz, but Barker is there. Bad first touch. Barker makes a very good save, composed save by Elliot Barker. Coming off his line after a bad back pass. That's good goalkeeping. And Barker will put this back in play. He's going to play a long ball this time. Was trying to play it out of the back before, but we saw the error there. This time, Wisely plays it long, and it's put back in play quickly. Here's Beauplan. Loses possession. It's out of play again. Cruz going to put it back in play. Here's Gabriel Bravo. Long throw in. Cruz lays it off for Malitz. Shadi Harb and Malitz. Nice quick 1-2. Malitz centers it for Harb. Harb an opportunity. Wow. Boy, didn't quite have the touch there, did Shadi Harb. Maybe that would have required a little bit of just a nice subtle touch. Instead, tried to put some power behind that and off the crossbar. Really good 1-2 with Malitz, though, his captain. Pretty attacking move, just lacking the finish for Boca Raton. Here comes Barker. He's going to put this back in play. We are in the 29th minute, excuse me. That's Edmar. And this falls to Harb. Chapman Page with a good clearance. Now is fouled. So Chapman Page, very good defending there. Draws the foul, goes into the air. And the referee is going to give Cruz a talking to. Maybe a little bit of a dangerous play. He gets a warning. Next time he does that, a booking is likely. Beach is building it up. But the high press for Boca Raton really working in the last 5 minutes or so. They've been able to change possession pretty quickly in midfield. Here's Harb pushing on out to the right side. Pravaris tries to poke it past the keeper. Wasn't successful. Barker's having a really good first half. Now here comes Martinez on the counterattack. Wilbanks for Boca Raton. Martinez closing him down. Pravaris loses possession, but now Martinez trying to slow it down for Beaches, take the air out of this, build up patiently. Seeing some frantic play the last few minutes from both teams. Quickened pace. Here's Chapman Page, who's been one of the stars of the first half. On the ball. And plays it back. Alan Morgan. It's going to go back to Barker. Again, it's a narrow pitch here, so not much space in wide areas. We've seen Malitz carve out some space on the left side for Boca Raton, but not a whole lot in wide areas for Beaches, and nothing on the right side for Boca Raton either. It's difficult, congested pitch like this. Thompson heads it over to Wilbanks. Now Thompson on the ball again. 31st minute here, NPSL Sunshine Conference action. My name is Carter Krishnaiyer. This is Boca Raton FC in Stuart, Florida, taking on homestanding Beaches FC. Meneses almost takes it away from Chapman Page. And again, Boca Raton pressing high. And quick turnover, quick throw in here. Edmar. Ooh. Cruz, I think, was trying to play Meneses in on a 1-2. A little bit of miscommunication there. Kickoff was delayed by about 15 minutes due to inclement weather. It's been on and off all afternoon here on the Treasure Coast. Right now the sky looks ominous, but the weather is held off. Chapman Page about to put this ball back into play. We have a booking. I believe that was Shadi Harb from Boca Raton. Got the booking. Harb was sent off in the U.S. Open Cup match a week ago tonight. The dying moments at Ted Hendricks Stadium. Fiery player, very good player, Harb. But sometimes crosses those lines as far as the referees are concerned. Long ball played in Harb's direction. This is Pravaris who picks it up for Boca. Now Sakamoto closing down Pravaris. Malitz lays it off for Harb. Chapman Page chasing him. Harb has blown by him. Again, Chapman Page, the center back, pulled out wide as the right back Beauplan had pushed forward. And center backs can cover wide on a narrow pitch like this. It's makes a little bit of a difference tactically for your back line. Center backs aren't always the most mobile guys, especially compared to their counterparts out wide. But on a narrower pitch like this, you can see movement, and Chapman Page has been all over the place this first half. Been very good from Beaches. Now here's a nice, well, maybe not. Nice idea there, but no one made the run for Beaches. But that relieves the pressure temporarily for them. Here's Meneses. Harb tries to backflip for Cruz. Doesn't come off. Martinez. Wide. And Jock gets a little bit of space there on the left side. One of the first times he's been able to do that. And it stays with Beaches after that throw-in. There's Jock again. It's Martinez who loses possession to Pravaris. Nice ball in the path of Malitz. That was a good long ball into space. He's going to cut inside. Takes a few too many touches, but bailed out with a foul. Perhaps he didn't take a few too many touches. It looked like that from where I was standing, but certainly drew the foul, and it's going to be a dangerous free kick just outside the area for Boca Raton. A little bit of a tight angle, though. And Harb is putting the ball down. Let's see if he takes it. It could be Edmar, the Ukrainian international. Beach is setting up their wall inside the 18. As we said, this is just outside the area. And this is a tight angle. Tough to score from here, but you hit it into the wall, you never know what kind of deflection it can take. We've seen goals like that this season, not only here in the NPSL, but throughout the world. Major League Soccer, top European leagues, we've seen them. And it looks like it is Harb standing over the ball. It could be Edmar who takes this with his right foot. It's going to be one or the other. And it is a 6-man wall, 7-man wall for Beaches. Looks well set up. Barker seems happy with his wall. He has to trust his wall in this situation. He'll have that far post covered, but has to trust his wall to make sure nothing sneaks through. Edmar, wall does its job. Held up well for Beaches. Good job there. Now Lewis Thompson recovers for Boca, puts a long ball, a really long ball, well out of play. We've talked about how narrow this pitch is. It's a short pitch, too. Players getting used to it on both sides. Here's Burdett. He is fouled by, I believe, Harb, who is already in the book. He's got to be careful. Quick restart. Here's Jock. Justin Wilbanks, the Boca Raton defender, and Jock gets past him. For Burdett, here's an opportunity. Sakamoto, well done by Edmar, good defending. Bruno Molitz now on the ball. And that's a handball. We're into the 38th minute here in Stewart. It's 0-0 still. Boca Raton's had the better of the play in the last 15 or 20 minutes. Real good opportunities to score, but haven't taken any of them. Jock. And that's a foul. Not quite sure what was called, but maybe it was a handball. Lewis Thompson's going to put this back into play for Boca Raton. Raindrops beginning to fall once again here in Stewart. But again, if we don't have lightning, we don't have thunder, be okay. Bravo draws a corner kick, pushing up from his left back position. Looks like Molitz is going to take this corner as we are into the 39th minute. It's a long corner. Again, a narrow pitch. That might have been in a different place on a larger pitch, but cleared, and it'll be a throw-in for Boca Raton. And here is Justin Wilbanks. Hasn't seen much of the ball. Hasn't been much coming down his side in this first half. Pravaris takes a shot from a tight angle. Didn't do that badly with that, but perhaps he could have pulled that back, waited for some help. And Barker will be able to put this back into play for Beaches. So we're in minute 40 on Sports Mesh TV. Be a throw-in for Beaches. As we approach halftime, a reminder, you can see NPSL Sunshine Conference action all season long here on Sports Mesh TV. Martinez. Nice ball back to Jocks. But the flag was up. He is offside. Nice idea there. Good one, too, but Jocks straight into an offside position. It's Fuster Plays it to Thompson. Thompson, good ball to Malitz. That's a really good long ball. Malitz gets past Beauplan. He is now into the area. Chapman Page pushes him wide. Does a good job. Tell you what, Callum Chapman Page, who is a 21-year-old, is having a really good first half for himself. Been called upon a lot. Been under a lot of pressure, that Beach's back line. But he's really looked good. And here's Barker, who's also had a good first half. Been called into action a few times. Here's Sakamoto. Fuster pulls him down. It's going to be a free kick in a dangerous area for Beaches. And it looks like Jordan Hall is standing over this free kick. This will be from about 25 yards out. He can put this on goal. Boca Raton will set up their wall. Three-man wall. It looks like it's a three-man wall that Tavares is setting up. And Hall is standing over this free kick. Or it could be Martinez, actually. One or the other. It will be Hall. Wow. That was close. Great free kick. Beat the wall. Dipped, but dipped just about a second too late. An impressive strike from that young man. And Tavares will put this back into play. Have to say, as a point of personal privilege, it's great to call a game from field level, because I think that Hall free kick, had I been in a press box, I would have thought that had gone in. It's your depth perception when you're in the press box. Those dippers fool you, those free kicks. So close, but he just missed the target. Here's Meneses. Sakamoto pushes him down, and there's going to be a free kick, a foul called here. It looks like we have another booking. So we have our second booking of the game. I believe that's the Sakamoto. We're approaching halftime. We're in the 44th minute. Fuster puts it back into play. Nice ball for Malitz. Burdett's back defensively, as is Beauplan. Good clearance from Beauplan. This is going to go out of play. No, it did not go out of play. Really good job by Jordan Hall to keep that in play. And we have a sending off. And it's Burdett who gets sent off. The former Boca player. So Boca Raton will play the rest of the game a man up. As we approach halftime, Edmar will put this back into play for Boca Raton. We should have about a minute of stoppage time, would be my guess. Edmar puts it into play. Cleared. And a foul. Beaches will have a free kick as we approach halftime. They've just gone down to 10 men. Might want to just get into the dressing room and regroup. It is Kobe Burdett, who had a good first half when he could find space, who was sent off. 3 minutes of additional time. So I was wrong. I thought there would be about a minute. That long ball was in the direction of Hall, who had one of the best opportunities of the first half. Had two really good opportunities, one on a counterattack and one on a free kick that just went wide. It went just high and wide. Boca Raton playing with 11 men. Beaches down to 10 after the sending off. So a very clean first 20 or 25 minutes, and then got very chippy after that. We've had one sending off. The way things are going, we might have another. As the clouds are rolling in once again, which is not a great sign. There's Malit playing it to Edmar. Played out.
Excellent, Jordan. Alma. Good job, Jordan. Yes, leave it. Felipe. Leave it. Relax.
Probably in about the second minute of 3 minutes of first half stoppage time. Still 0-0 the score here. But it's been an eventful first half. And that, are they calling that a foul throw, or was that out of play? Yes, it's a retake. Beauplan will put it into play. Here's Edmar winning possession for Boca Raton. Malitz lays it off. Edmar loses possession, and it will be a throw-in for Boca Raton. They've got to hurry if they want to get anything before the halftime whistle. Here's Jock having cut inside. Now has a surging run, counterattacking run, but broken up by Wilbanks, but this will fall for Hall. Sakamoto. Nice run from Sakamoto through traffic. Might want to pull it back and find a teammate here, though. Nope, loses possession. Looks like it's going to be a throw-in for Boca Raton. Beauplan puts it back in play to Allen. Allen to Martinez. Chapman Page. Nice ball into space, but Jock is off sides. Looks like Jock has come over to the right side now, with Burdett having been sent off. A little bit of a shuffle with the wide players. So Tavares will put it back into play for Boca Raton, and that is halftime. With the score 0-0 in Stewart. Entertaining first half. And we will be back with you in about 15 minutes here on Sports Mesh TV. Halftime in Stewart, 0-0 between Beaches FC and Boca Raton FC. It's a couple good opportunities for both sides in this first half. We'll be back with you when the second half begins in about 15 minutes.
seconds. I bet you all those balls are about empty too.
You do I need a band-aid for this?
Yep.
Or is it fine?
I can wrap it. Are you bleeding or is it?
No, it's not really. I don't think so.
You want to wrap it? I can.
No, I just don't. I'm saying because the ref.
As long as there's no blood, they won't call it. So how do you do that, man? You talk the whole time. There's nothing to talk about. You find something to talk about.
Talking about Premier League scores and how these guys, South Florida Surf is going to do tonight, how their sister team's going to do.
One thing, the worst sport is baseball.
Oh, baseball is much worse.
Just like
Soccer, there's always kind of something going on. Baseball
like
is
standing around. The pitchers like the mound.
Or how about golf?
See, I like that.
I like golf because you also switch from hole to hole.
Exactly. You can. It's constant going.
But baseball,
I like
you have to
watching.
focus.
Because they just talk about just like stuff not even pertinent to the
Yeah,
sport.
right.
I'm just like, if you're gonna talk about, at least talk about something just at the event, or you know, they'll just go on a tangent. I'm like, you're not talking about like the 1972 or well, I don't know, just something random. Like, you have nothing to do with anything that's on the TV or going on.
Baseball announcers are like that. They talk about it.
They do.
Yeah, ancient history.
But that's the one sport I'm okay with, and I'm kind of biased because I was a baseball player. But I'm like, you got to talk about something. There's nothing like you got to fill the gap with something. Like bring someone up to the box.
Exactly.
You got to something. There's nothing to talk about.
Cool. Where's the restroom here? Is it out there or is there one?
I know the referees' locker room is over there, so that's probably closer.
Yeah.
But I'm not really sure. I'm sure all that stuff's locked up.
Yeah, so
And I know our locker rooms are locked up, so I'd say talk to the guys in the cart because they probably can unlock it. They actually work here.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Be right back.
You lost something, Coach. One of your papers flew. I don't know if it's important or not.
Can we get some water?
Yeah, go ahead. I'll run around just as much as they are. There's one right here if you guys want that.
Oh, this is the one that's first on.
dump it all over their face. It's pretty funny.
I did it once to a coach. He was in a good mood. And we won all 3 games, so he was in a really good mood. He thought it was fun.
Alright. That's good.
Try it on them since they weren't here.
Alright. Try it on them.
Here, use one that's like. So they're not soaking wet. You have to use this. You have to use this top though. You just gotta set it on there just enough. Work?
Yeah,
You realize you gotta be smooth about it. You gotta work. It's all about presentation. You gotta be tricky with it.
What's do you have like pre-wrap?
Yeah. Yeah, I got you. What's your 40 time? What's your 40 time?
You know,
Fast as shit.
the last time I did it, I was in junior college, man. You do it in college.
Spin it this way. It'll come off a lot easier. Be a little better.
With this one, it's like I'm cramping up, man. The muscle's so tight on it.
Yeah, just careful when you pull your sock over so it doesn't roll. Yeah, if you do it this way, it's a pain in the ass. You flip it, it works a lot better.
I'm 40 dancing. Honestly. I was
It's a lot faster than mine, I can tell you that.
yeah.
I don't even know what mine is, but I guarantee you it's faster than mine. I'm slow. I'm a slow white boy.
Wow.
Alright, man, good luck.
Thank you.
Careful you don't blow away up there. It was windy for a second. But that one's a good one. The one at my high school I used to work at was like, you're standing on a 2x4. If you just slip the wrong way, you're done. That's got a nice little platform up there for you. And that's pretty stable. Yeah, it's not going anywhere.
I'm freelance. I work for these guys, but then I'm doing this game for Sports Mesh. I work for Boca also, so I have the Boca gear.
Wherever you can go. Right?
Yeah, yeah. I'm a
know
freelance
that
guy.
feeling.
Yeah. That's soccer. That's South Florida soccer. I used to work permanently for NASL and then work for the Strikers. Strikers are gone now, so last 6 months I've been freelancing.
Wherever the money is.
Where-
sports
exactly.
can take it.
Exactly.
In South Florida, there's no shortage of soccer, baseball, football, everything.
Right,
You can
everything.
literally do
Even
everything
basketball.
down here.
Everything but hockey. There's no
Year-round.
hockey.
Yeah, I can't do that. Too fast. I can't follow the puck.
Exactly. But I can do everything else. We're yeah. And tennis. We're back for the second half here in Stewart. Score is 0-0 between Boca Raton FC and homestanding Beaches FC. Carter Krishnaiyer with you. Sports Mesh TV is your destination for NPSL Sunshine Conference action. We will check on some substitutions for the second half. Beaches had Colby Burdett sent off right before halftime. It was a pretty even first half, lots of chances both ways. Jordan Hall, number 23, who's in your screen right now, forward for Beaches, had a great opportunity on a free kick, hit it beautifully, just missed the target in the last 5 minutes of the first half. And we're underway. Second half action in Stewart. We're here on the beautiful Treasure Coast. Not so beautiful tonight with the weather, but here's Braxton Fooster for Boca Raton. That's put out a play. Justin Wilbanks will have the throw in for Boca Raton. Lewis Thompson on the ball. Meneses is dispossessed. Here's Jock, who's now playing in a more central role, it appears, with Beaches down to 10 men. He started out on the left wing, had a couple nice runs in the first half. A bit of a congested pitch, didn't find as much space, but now he's finding space in midfield. Really good on the ball. And it looks like that will be a corner for Beaches. And the aforementioned Jock will take it.
Good, Felipe. Excellent, buddy.
Nice corner, back post. Hall had a chance to put Beaches on the scoreboard and put himself on the score sheet. Good defensive work there, but that ball fell nicely for him. Really good corner kick. A lot of quality there. Quick throw in. This is Sakamoto on the ball, and he is muscled off of it by the Boca Raton player. I believe was Cruz. Now Edmar in possession, the Ukrainian international. Off to Fooster. Fooster to Malitz. As raindrops begin to fall again here in Stewart, it's been off and on all afternoon and now evening. Got some U.S. Open Cup action to the south of us. The sister team for Beaches FC, South Florida Surf, taking on Miami FC tonight at Florida International University. Hoping for a giant killing there. Miami FC of the North American Soccer League. South Florida Surf of the PDL. That free kick falls to Justin Wilbanks, who clears it. Here's Meneses for Pravaris. Pravaris back to Wilbanks. Wilbanks puts a long ball in the air, doesn't reach its intended recipient, who is Bruno Malitz. Jock picks it up in midfield. Pravaris breaks it up. And Val Feeney is the player that appears to have checked in for Beaches FC. Tavares is going to put it back quickly into play. This is Lewis Thompson on the ball. He's looking to play a long ball, looking to spring Bruno Shadi Harb, who is carrying a yellow card, is already in the referee's book. And we saw Colby Burdett sent off for Beaches FC with quick back-to-back yellow cards toward the end of the first half. So Harb for Boca Raton has to be careful. He is in the book. And as we mentioned earlier, he got sent off a week ago tonight against against Miami United in U.S. Open Cup action. Jock's going to put it in play. And that's a foul on Sakamoto. Edmar lays it off for Thompson. Thompson back to Fuchstan. Thompson. Thompson on the ball. Boca looking to play long balls, but not able to. Good defending there by Beaches. Playing a good line at the back. And this will go back to Barker. Barker has been very good in this game. Kept a clean sheet thus far. And that will be a foul, I believe, on Pravaris. Valfini puts it back into play quickly for Beaches. There's that man, Chapman Page, who's had a really good first half. Quick restart. Here's Edmar. Lays it off for Thompson. Meneses. Fuster. Bit of a high press here from, or midfield press, if you would call it that, from Beaches. Done a good job. Gained possession here. Here's Sakamoto. He's getting more touches on the ball in this second half. Jock. Sakamoto. Nice long ball. Well, nice idea with that long ball. Travis Gonzalez was in space, but that long ball was just a bit too much. Quicker pace of the way Beaches are playing in the first 7 minutes of this second half. Here's Gonzalez. Places it back to Barker. Chapman Page on the ball. Back to Barker. Long ball. Fuster. Now this is Bruno Molitz, who's been dangerous all night. In space, one-on-one, he finishes. Goal for Boca Raton. Bruno Molitz on a counterattack from a long ball. Boca Raton will take a 1-0 lead. Molitz has had a couple chances. He runs over to celebrate with his coaches. Thiersen, the Brazilian legend, the head coach of Boca Raton FC. So that's Molitz's first goal of the season in the NPSL campaign. 1-0 for Boca Raton. Beaches were playing with a quicker pace there. Looked pretty good, but they got caught on a counter this time. Here's Feeney. Jock. Nice overlapping run. Got caught in the sand there, though. Beauplan did well with the overlapping run there, but seems to have lost possession in a sand patch. Now, I said this is a good surface, but there are a few sand patches out there, and the right back Beauplan from Beaches just ran into one of them. Lost possession on one of them, which is, I guess, you play the game on the surface you're on. So Boca Raton now has possession, leading 1-0 behind Bruno Malitz's 53rd minute goal. Put back into play. Here's Edmar, the Ukrainian international. 15 caps for his home country. Malitz gets to that. Pervaris at the back post scuffs the header, but that was dangerous. Suddenly, Boca Raton opening up Beaches the last few minutes. And we're going to see a substitution for Beaches. And it will be Zachary Perez coming on. Thompson with a bit of an errant touch. Another counter, Meneses to Pervaris. Edmar loses possession. This is Jock. Pulls it back. That's a smart play, pulling it back. And Chapman Page now on the ball. Here's Barker. In the direction of Gonzalez. Oh, nice move by Hall. That was a sweet move. Now he's into space. Let's see if he tries to put a shot. Well, he was looking for help from Sakamoto and was dispossessed. That was a sweet move by Hall. Ooh. Malitz will be called for the foul on Chapman Page. That was a clashing of probably the two players who've looked the best tonight. Malitz for Boca and Chapman Page for Beaches. Two quality players. Chapman Page draws the foul. And the substitute comes on. Beauplan will come off, and Zachary Perez comes on and looks like he will play at that right back position. Perhaps play right midfield, maybe push up, as Beaches need a goal. Down 1-0. Playing with 10 men, but still attacking at times. Now this is a counterattack. Shadi Harb. Good job by Barker coming off his line. Good clearance. And that ball is, okay, the ball is coming back into play. Here's Wilbanks. I tell you what, Barker reads the game very well. The goalkeeper for Beaches comes off his line when he needs to. Set up his wall well on the free kicks. Good quality keeper. Keep an eye on that young man, Elliot Barker. It's going to be a free kick for Boca Raton. This is Bruno Malitz. Nice in-swinger from Malitz. Cleared. Bicycle kick attempt from Harb doesn't come off. And now cleared. Hall gets on it. It's into space. Looked like Sakamoto was going to run onto that. I'm not quite sure what the call is. Thought they might have let that go for an advantage, but it looks like they're bringing it back. It will be a free kick for Beaches, though. Ricardo Blake is going to check in for Boca Raton. Former Fort Lauderdale striker in the North American Soccer League. And that's played back, so It'll be a throw-in for Beaches. So Ricardo Blake, who played right back for Fort Lauderdale. The left back at the time was Lance Lang, the Lance Lang. Perhaps the best player in the history of the North American Soccer League. Fellow Jamaican. So Blake and Lang together at Fort Lauderdale, and Blake's going to check in for Boca in a minute. Here's Tavares playing it in the direction of Wilbanks. Goes off Wilbanks, and here comes the substitution. Blake on. Let's see, Blake is coming on. No, it looks like, yes, he's being waved on. And the player coming off for Boca Raton is number 22, Carlos Meneses. So Ricardo Blake, the former Fort Lauderdale striker, a lot of people in South Florida familiar with him from his days with the Strikers. So regular starter with that team, playing at right back. He comes in and looks like he is going to play in an attacking position, Blake. Put back in play. Here's Chapman Page. Pushes that out wide to Zachary Perez, who came on just a few minutes ago. Malitz for Boca. Here's Pravaris. Lost possession. Here's Sakamoto. Counter-attacking opportunity for Beaches. There's a collision between Sakamoto and Edmar in central midfield. No call. Play on. And now another Valfini's going to get called for a foul on Justin Wilbanks. No, it wasn't Justin Wilbanks. Excuse me. I'll check who that was in a minute. And the rain is beginning to come down again here in Stewart. It's been on and off all day. We're in the 62nd minute here in Stewart. Boca Raton 1, Beaches 0. Beaches playing with 10 men. And have been playing with 10 men for about 20 minutes now. Free kick into the area. Falls to Shadi Harb. Not quite sure what he was doing there, but he's kept possession. Seemed like he could have put a shot on target, but instead loses possession. It will be Beaches' throw-in. Good defending there for Beaches. Sakamoto is dispossessed. Jock wins it back. Well, now it goes back to Boca. It's Braxton Fooster. A rainbow out once again. Here's Justin Wilbanks. As the rain comes down here in Stewart, scores 1-0 Boca Raton. Boca Raton about to make another substitution. This is going to be number 12, Lorenzo Cava, coming on. Minute 64. Shadi Harb, who has carrying a yellow card. He's already in the referee's book. He comes off, probably a smart substitution for Boca Raton. Lorenzo Cava coming on. So Harb goes 64 minutes. Edmar on the ball for Boca Raton. Back to Lewis Thompson. Thompson into the air. It's cleared. Be a throw-in for Boca Raton. Quick throw, and that's Wilbanks. Lays it off for Pravaris. Thompson back. To the 70th minute now. No, sorry, we're into the 65th minute. Apologies, we have a scoreboard that counts down here at this stadium, so I'm just a little bit confused. Well, that's going to be another chippy foul call. Beach is down 1-0 to Boca Raton. Sports Mesh TV. My name is Kartik Krishnaiyer. NPSL Sunshine Conference action. Beach is playing with 10 men. They've had some chances since falling down to 10 men. The young man Jordan Hall, their forward, has looked very lively. This will be Cruz, I believe, for Boca Raton. That will put this back into play. In-swinger into the area. It is cleared. That will be a corner for Boca. The target there was Ricardo Blake, former Fort Lauderdale striker player, Jamaican. It's going to be Cruz again. Corner. Good ball. Finds Malitz, the goal scorer, at the back post. He puts it on toward the goal, but Barker with a save. Barker looking to play it long. He's mixed his distribution this evening. Some balls from the back, playing it out of the back, but also some long balls like that. Was looking for Hall, didn't quite get there. But now the young man is the recipient. Hall called for the foul on Thompson. It's 22 plus 67th minute. Rain now beginning to let up again. It's been on and off all afternoon and evening here on the Treasure Coast. We are in Stewart, about 10 to 15 miles south of Port St. Lucie, about 30 miles north of West Palm Beach, and about 50 miles north of Boca Raton. Got an injury to Lewis Thompson, so in the meantime, the teams will be able to get some hydration. Beaches players over by our broadcast position, refreshing. Now, you have to be extra careful with a head injury if this is, in fact, a head injury. Actually, I do not think it's a head injury. Reminder, you can watch NPSL Sunshine Conference action all season long on Sports Mesh TV. Looks like Boca Raton will put this ball back into play. It'll be Edmar. As the rain begins to dissipate. And the officials and the trainers talking to Thompson to make sure all his facilities are in place. Maybe Boca Raton making a substitution anyway. Perhaps it's for Thompson. The number 30, Henrique Nojemi. Coming on for Pravaris, actually, in the 70th minute. Edmar puts it into play. See Hall closing down Cruz. Beaches in possession. Here's Sakamoto. A little bit of space. Nice ball to Hall. Ooh, flag went up. Flag went up a little bit late there. Thought he might have been onside. Ooh, and the young man, Hall, who's had such an impressive game tonight, is down. One of those sand patches we talked about earlier. And it looks like the trainer... Oh, no, Hall is up. Looks like he'll be fine. Again, we mentioned earlier there are a couple sand patches on this pitch. It's a good pitch. Ball's rolling nicely, but there are a few sand patches out there, and I think Hall might have just got caught in one, and that is a shame. That was a nice run. Timed this run pretty well. Was just a step offside. It's a good ball from Sakamoto. But combination of the goalkeeper coming off his line and that sand patch a little bit shook up. But he's up. He's back at it. This will be a throw-in for Beaches. Nice layoff. Ooh, Edmar took it away. Boca Raton in possession. This is Thompson. Cruz. And that's a foul called. Foul called on Perez. No, that was not Perez. Excuse me. This is De Silva. Be a free kick for Boca Raton. Thompson, who was shook up a minute ago. Back to Edmar. Hall doing some chasing. Edmar steps up and avoids that press from Hall. Wide on the right side now for left side, excuse me, for Boca Raton. Out of play, it'll be a throw-in for Beaches. Quick throw, and here's Sakamoto. Lays it off. That's Jock. No, sorry, that's Feeney. Feeney to Hall. This looks like a promising move for Beaches, but it breaks down. Now, Boca. Now, it's out of play. Off of Malitz. No, off of, excuse me. It is a throw-in for Boca Raton. We are in the 73rd minute in Stewart. Overcast day here on the Treasure Coast. The rain has stopped for now. Still drizzling a bit, I should say. Najemi crosses it. No one home, though. Good clearance, but it falls only as far as Cruz. Here's Malitz. Sakamoto marking him. Cruz. Oh, opportunity for Ricardo Blake. Good defending there. Najemi taken down. No call, though. Goal kick. Barker will put this back in play. Barker will probably play this long. Barker puts it in the air. And again, a narrow pitch. He overshot everybody. That would be, on a more regulation-sized pitch, that would have been a good goal kick. But went out of play. Foul there on Boca. It's going to be Harb. Let's call for this foul. Restart here. Another substitution. And Gonzalez wanted to put that back into play quickly, but it looks like there's a substitution for Boca Raton. It will be number 14, John Contreras, coming on. And he's going to replace the goal scorer, Bruno Malitz. So Contreras on for Malitz in the 75th minute. And Jordan Hall coming off for Beaches. He had a very good game. Had a couple opportunities to score. But he comes off. And we'll check who came on for him in a minute. It's a new striker in the game, number 24, Noah Amasa. So Jordan Hall was one of the better players in this game, but he comes off in the 75th minute. Oh, but right away, a chance for Beaches. That was Sakamoto. Tavares called into action, makes the save. It'll be a corner for Beaches. Sakamoto is finding more and more space in this midfield as the second half wears on. You fancy his chances to get another opportunity or two like that. Set up a teammate. That was nice. And we're in the 76th minute, Sports Mesh TV in Stewart. 1-0, Boca Raton lead, and this is going to be a corner kick for Beaches. That's a nice corner, but nobody home. That was a good ball, though. Ricardo Blake clears it for Boca Raton, lays it off for Contreras. Now Beaches in possession. 10-man Beaches, still getting some opportunities. Oh, too much for Jock.
Hey, stay! Stay about that, stay! No up!
But playing with some pace and quickness now are Beaches. Blake. Oh, that's a nice ball forward if someone wins it. Foul. That'll be on Ricardo Blake. Chapman Page wanted to take a quick free kick there, but looks like the referee has whistled, and we're going to have a restart. You would assume all of this is being added to stoppage time. We might have a lot of stoppage time in the second half. Ball in Tavares' direction. He makes a half save. I think he tried to catch that. Maybe he would have been better off trying to punch it. There's Najemi. Nice ball for Cava. Stutter step from Cava right to Barker. Sure hands, good save. He puts it back into play quickly. Some end-to-end stuff here. Sakamoto dispossessed. Sakamoto is covering a lot of ground in the second half. Tucking back in order to get possession. Good game. Very good game. You were outstanding. Yeah. Jordan Hall, who just came off one of the better players of the game today for Beaches, had a couple chances to score, and he's right by our broadcast position. Put back into play by Boca. And that ball is out of play. Barker's going to get this opportunity to put this back in play from a goal kick. And in the first half, Barker was playing a lot of balls short to his defense, trying to build from the back. But in the second half, he's been playing longer balls with Beaches down to 10 men. That's a foul on Edmar for Boca. Elbow. It's a quick free kick. We are in the 79th minute. Oh, that was a wasted opportunity there, you would think, for Beaches for Travis Gonzalez put in appetizing ball there, but no one made a run. Bravo. Takava. Beaches FC will face the Central Florida Craze, Craze United, the former Central Florida Craze, here on Sunday. We will have that game for you on Sports Mesh TV. Same time, 6 o'clock Eastern Time start time. Beaches and the Craze United. Lewis Thompson. Good clearance. Boca Raton with a man advantage, unable to keep possession. And I know this will be disappointing to their coaches. And that's a foul, and that'll be a free kick for Beaches. Braxton Fooster clears it only as far as Feeney, who puts it. That was a good attempt. Didn't miss by much. He did have a teammate he could have laid it off for, but saw an opening at the far post and took it. It looks like another substitution for Beaches. This will be number 16, Daniel Ruiz, coming on in the 81st minute. And Alex Jock, who was very good, playing out wide. And there was a lot of congestion on this pitch. It's a narrow pitch, but Jock comes off. He had a good game. Seemed to be less effective in the last 10 minutes, but was pretty good to that point. Now the rain has started again, so guess commentators curse. I said about 10 minutes ago, it looked like the rain had finally gone. It's not the case. Here's Lewis Thompson on the ball for Boca Raton. Puts a long ball in the direction of Ricardo Blake. Barker comes off his line. Doesn't quite get there. That was really good recovery defense from Beaches. Boy, and that was a surging run there from Chapman Page, who has been really good today as a center back. But you saw some of his ball skills there, some of his skills on the ball. A little bit unexpected, but really good. Will Banks to throw the ball in for Boca Raton. Here's Blake. Nice layoff in the direction of Cava. He lays it off for Nojemi, who makes a nice move. Ball goes in front of the face of goal, but no one home for Boca Raton to tap it in. Nice clearance for Beaches as the rain begins to pick up again. Here's Ricardo Blake. Holds the ball up, lays it back. Blake will try and chase this down, and he does. Sakamoto almost got to that, though. Actually, Sakamoto did win a throw-in. It'll be a quick throw-in for Beaches. That's a handball on Lewis Thompson. Free kick for Beaches. Entertaining game. I'm getting text messages that they're about to kick off down in Miami between the sister team of Beaches FC, South Florida Surf and Miami FC down there in Miami tonight. U.S. Open Cup action. Here's the free kick. Doesn't find anyone. And Boca Raton is back in possession. Contreras loses possession. Falls back to Beaches. And it will be Beach's ball. Throw in. It's cleared by Edmar. We got 80. We're in the 84th minute. They called Chapman Page for that foul. He had pushed up from his center back position. Having a great game, that young man. Both as a defender and now going forward. It will be a free kick for Boca Raton, though. Lewis Thompson will take it. We are in the 84th minute. Sports Mesh TV. Long ball. Here comes the throw-in. Edmar. So back. Here's Cruz, back to Edmar. The rain has stopped for the moment. Flag is up. Beaches can put it back in play. Chapman Page plays a nice long ball. Maybe too long. Too long a long ball. Tavares is going to let that roll. Now they're going to put it back in play. There's Feeney, but he loses possession. Edmar, counterattacking opportunity. Ricardo Blake. Edmar loses possession. Here comes Barker. He's going to play this long. Puts the ball on the ground. Nice long from Barker. Chapman Page has gone forward as a target player now for Beaches. All hands on deck for them. De Silva did a good job there keeping the ball in play. Laid off. And no call from the referee. A lot of argy-bargy down there, but nothing called. Now Boca Raton is in possession. This is Contreras for Blake. Ricardo Blake playing in an attacking position. Really well done there. Zachary Perez doing well at that left back position. Here's Najemi. It's laid off for Lorenzo Cava, who tries to chip the keeper and scores. So that's the second goal for Boca Raton. Lorenzo Cava on a counterattack in minute 87 to make it 2-0. So Boca Raton will likely take the 3 points from this game, but Beaches have been very game. Despite being down a man for about 45 minutes now, they have done very well, created chances. 87th minute goal from Lorenzo Cava, and it's 2-0 Boca Raton. So we're into the 88th minute now. We'll have some stoppage time, and despite being down to 10 men, Beaches have created some good opportunities. But now you just put the ball in the mixer. You play long balls, and you hope something comes of it. These two teams will play again next Wednesday in Delray Beach. But first, Beaches have a game Sunday night here in Stewart against Crazy United. Edmar plays it long. That's Nojemi. Oh, but well done. Great defending again from that young man, Chapman Page. How many times did we call his name tonight? Edmar. Boca Raton, truthfully, don't need another goal. They just need to keep the ball. It seems like they're going forward. Here's Blake. Dispossessed. Sakamoto on the ball, and he's got some space. Good defending by Edmar. Sakamoto puts it back into play. Nice layoff. Blake takes it away, Edmar. Feeney called for a foul there in midfield. And that will give Boca Raton a chance to take a breather. We're going to have 3 added minutes. Thought it might be more than that, but 3 added minutes as we are in the 89th minute currently. There's Lewis Thompson. So Boca Raton leading 2-0 here on Sports Mesh TV against Beaches FC. Goals from Bruno Malitz and Lorenzo Cava. Here's Justin Wilbanks into the area, cuts back, puts a shot on target. Nice save by Barker. It was a little bit of a tough one to read, and it was moving, a lot of movement in that ball. So Barker, who's been very good today, another save. He's going to put this long. Chapman Page is called for the foul there as we hit the end of regular time and we head into stoppage time. Not quite sure about that call, quite frankly. But it gives Boca Raton an opportunity to reset. Beaches to get back defensively. Here's Contreras. Plays it back to Edmar. Contreras. Sakamoto chasing him. Nice little move there. Pushed wide for Lorenzo Cava, one of the 2 Boca Raton goal scorers tonight. And we're into the first of 3 minutes of stoppage time in Stewart. The rain is finally gone. And it's 2-0 Boca Raton leading Beaches FC. Beaches have a busy week. Their sister team, South Florida Surf, playing right now. Getting text messages from friends down in Miami at the game. Some fellow journalists down there. Personally, I'm hoping for a giant killing tonight. South Florida playing Miami FC, but that's a good game between 2 local teams down here in South Florida in the U.S. Open Cup. Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup. One of the oldest knockout competitions in the world. And then Beaches play Crazy United on Sunday, and then play the same Boca Raton team on Wednesday in Delray Beach. Now here's Justin Wilbanks. Lays it off for Nojemi. Nojemi cuts inside. Putting a ball toward the target, cleared for a corner. Coaches often teach you to go to the corner in this situation, but Boca Raton seems determined to try and score another goal, which really won't make a difference in this. We're into the second minute of 2 minutes of second half stoppage time. 2-0 Boca Raton. Corner foot toward Justin Wilbanks, and it's cleared. So Barker will get to put this back in play. He's going to play this long. That is a good long ball in the direction of Chapman Page. He draws the foul on Edmar. So you're going to want to put this in the mixer if you're Beaches. Just put this into the area. You've seen stranger things in stoppage time. We were just reliving the other day the 5th anniversary of Manchester City scoring 2 stoppage time goals in the Premier League in 2012 to win the Premier League title against Queen's Park Rangers. So you never know. You play till the final whistle. Tavares comes off and punches it. Well, that is the final whistle. Boca Raton wins 2-0. Good game, honestly, between these 2 teams. Beaches were down to 10 men for much of the match. They created chances even down to 10 men. But Boca Raton wins their first win of the NPSL campaign. They're on 3 points now. Goal difference is 0, so that is recovery for them. And for Beaches, this is their first game of 3 in a week. They'll play the Central Florida Craze on Sunday. We'll have that game here on Sports Mesh TV. So once again, your final score from Stewart: Boca Raton 2, Beaches 0. we will be on the air Sunday for NPSL Sunshine Conference action here in Stewart. Beaches FC will play host to Crazy United. And then again next Wednesday, Beaches FC travel to Boca Raton. So we will see you this weekend. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. My name's Carter Kushner. Thank you for joining us on Sports Mesh.
Good job, man. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, I'll see you Sunday.
6, yeah, Sunday. I was thinking it was Saturday. I'll be here.
Yep.
I'll be here for
Saturday I
every home
wouldn't be
game.
here because I have to help these guys on Saturday. And